I would tell you what impressed me about their system is that it was market-based, meaning that they didn't create apprenticeships if the jobs didn't exist. So as industries grew and shrank, at least a young person would have the opportunity to know what their opportunities would be post-apprenticeship. Second is that their model scales so that 70% of young people take advantage of it and 40% of businesses participate because there's a true return on investment to the business. They do not subsidize the wages. Their education system is virtually free, much more so than it is here. So the related training is not as expensive, and there needs to be investments. But that's a powerful driver to scale. Now, when you bring that to the U.S., what we've learned is, when the U.S. built its road system in the country, our highway system, you needed the roads, you needed the off-ramps, the on-ramps, everything that made traffic flow and commerce flow. Youth apprenticeship, in particular, is not something that's intuitive for a business to think there's an ROI for. Plus, they don't have the tools they need to be successful. So building those tools for them, creating the connections with the high schools so that it could be successful, and to drive the ROI, which is what I observed overseas, is that if a young person is still living at home and is making $15 an hour, up to $45,000 over the 3 years of their apprenticeship, the company is investing in them. As I mentioned, our employers in Colorado have invested over $45 million in wages and training dollars. But it's not an expense in the sense of a donation. It's an investment in their workforce. So the challenge is ahead, particularly in a registered system, which I think is critical to ensure that if you're doing business in 50 states or 2 states or 3, you're not doing business in different ways. The registered system, it's part of my role at the ACAs to make it simpler and more streamlined for businesses and more business responsive. In schools, in 50 states, we have, in essence, 50 different ways to do it. When seat time is a requirement, as it is in New York, for example, it's very difficult for an apprentice to spend time in a workplace. Now, we're hacking the system on a small scale right now. In Colorado, we have a competency-based system. So our students are earning credit for the learning that takes place in the workplace. We need more of that across the country. Those are some of the challenges. With employers, it's about setting up the system. Intermediaries are critical. In Switzerland, for example, industry associations drive their system. They're not ways to lobby Congress or the local Senate. It is, in essence, to build their future workforce. And as a result, a very small country competes with companies like the U.S. because of the quality of their workforce.
Thank you.